following program is sponsored in part by To a Woman's Heart. The thoughts and views expressed by the following production don't necessarily reflect those of the network or any sponsors. Rainbow Room Publishing Live, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Available now from A Black Perspective, The Blood. Words dance on the page and off. They tap and tumble, they slide and glide. They bop and break, they pop and lock. That's the kind of visual joy I experience reading from A Black Perspective, The Blood. Eddie S. Pierce has assembled an eclectic, inventive posse of wordsmiths for a collection that may be slender in volume but bountiful in pleasure. From the foreword written by James Earl Hardy, New York Times and Amazon best-selling author of the Evil Blues series. From A Black Perspective, The Blood, available now from any of our featured authors. Pierce Jr., the founder and publisher with Rainbow Room Publishing, and one of the 6 authors of the recently released first volume of the anthology From a Black Perspective, The Blood. And for anyone that is not aware and hasn't seen it yet, we just celebrated with an awesome online release event during which I and 3 of the other authors were able to do readings and a live Q&A panel. For anyone that hasn't seen that video, please get over to YouTube right away. Quick YouTube search, Rainbow Room Publishing, or you can search for the video under the title of the book, From a Black Perspective, and it gets you right there. But as I stated that day, we unfortunately, because of scheduling, weren't able to get the last 2 authors, Katrina Harvey and Crystal Renee, respectively, for the live event. And as promised, I have been collecting the video segments. As of this day, I have the video segment from Miss Katrina the Hurricane Harvey. She's also the founder, the producer, and the host of the 7 Figure Girls podcast. You definitely want to check out that podcast as well. But she was able to get us a great excerpt of her piece, Unfeigned Adoration. So I'm going to treat you to that right now. Enjoy.
Hello, I am Katrina Harvey, and I am one of the authors of From a Black Perspective, The Blood. So I am from Chicago, but I currently live in Dallas, Texas, and it has been an absolute pleasure and an honor to be part of this anthology. And now I'm going to read an excerpt from my story, Unfeigned Adoration. She grew up listening to fairy tales and watching after-school specials. Her love of romantic comedies and dramedies ran deep, and she just knew one day she would meet her knight in shining armor, that he would change her life with a simple kiss, the kinds of kiss that would make her tingle and forget her own name. She would know it was him if he held her from behind and kissed her slowly on the neck and shoulder. She had been in love twice, and each one taught her valuable lessons. The first informed her about love and death. The second taught her what happens when the love wears off, but the lies continue, and about living with heartbreak, the need to be resilient, and the perils of lacking self-trust. No longer dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, she put in the work to be comfortable within herself, for herself, by herself. She sought counseling and asked herself the questions. She talked to God and sat in her loneliness. She lived in her solitude, but was open to critique. She exited toxic friendships, read and listened to lo-fi music on repeat. She walked, cooked, and purged. She learned, started a business, and became one with I. She, her, and I is me. Although I've always tried to separate she, her, and I, there is no way to separate them from me. It took the death of my first love, the never-ending journey of raising a young man alone, the friends with benefits, and an ex-fiancé to bring me back to me. I've always looked at each man as if he could be my forever. I've always been a wife without a husband. I still am. But I've learned that grief is a heavy and long burden to carry. I learned that some good dick without good character ain't worth a damn. A good man don't mean that he's good for you. And if I truly looked at the reality of the man and not the potential of him with a dash of me sprinkled in, I wouldn't have been with my ex-fiancé. I wouldn't have had to pick up my broken pieces so much. I've loved her in pieces, but not me as a whole. On Monday, I loved her hair. On Tuesday, her brain. Wednesday was a good ass day. Thursday, her breasts were popping. Friday, her quick wit and charm shined. On Saturday, I allowed her to rest her pieces. And on Sunday, I laid my whole self on the bed, pondering over those pieces. There have been moments when I questioned every decision she has ever made because she didn't love herself enough to trust herself. I didn't know if that is intuition, God's grace, or simply hindsight. I just know I didn't trust her to make the best decisions when it came to the people she dated and some of the friendships she made. Even now, I work on not trusting her sometimes regarding the things she does day to day. How do I get to the point of loving myself as a whole? Heal to the point of trusting myself and my decisions. How can I empower myself to reach beyond her, beyond the past, and be the me I'm destined to be? Do I trust her? Do I really trust me? I have to admit, it's all me. Every bit of me was me. And that is an excerpt from Unfeigned Adoration from the book, From a Black Perspective, The Blood. I am Katrina Harvey. Have a great day, and thank you.
So clap, clap, clap it up for my sister, Katrina the Hurricane Harvey, and that excerpt from her piece, Unfeigned Adoration. And keep in mind that that was not the entire piece. It's an awesome piece of introspection. It did so much for me, honestly, just in reading it. And I actually was reading it for a whole nother purpose when she first showed it to me. And I told her, hey, we're working on the anthology. I want that piece. And so there you are. We have it. But if you want to get the entire piece, you definitely need to get the book From a Black Perspective. You can get that by getting on over to rainbowroompublishing.com, where you can purchase it from myself or the company. And additionally, you can actually get the book from any of the featured authors. We're all selling it individually. So definitely do that. Now, I had a surprise for Katrina herself. And it kind of goes to part of the reason that I'm rocking the good old Whitney M. Young Magnet High School t-shirt for the class of 96. That's actually where she, Crystal, and I actually first met, became friends, and first found out that each other wrote. And so it was awesome that we're getting together to do this. But in addition to that, I have been working on collecting a number of video tributes for all of the authors involved, just to help me to encourage them to keep going with their literary dreams and to, you know, congratulate them on this step of faith. But so to that end, I have a special surprise, especially for you, Katrina. I hope you enjoy it. and let's sit back and check it out.
Hey best friend, known to the world as Katrina. Just wanted to send you a short message to congratulate you on your new book. You are officially an author, and that is so amazing. I remember us being in high school, and you mentioned that you wanted to write a book one day, and it's finally coming to fruition. So just wanted to let you know that I'm so proud of you. It's amazing that you've taken everything in life and channeled it into such positive and inspiring and impactful endeavors, and starting off with this book. So can't wait to read it. Just wanted to let you know again, I'm so proud of you. Keep on doing what you're doing, and I love you. Mwah.
Hello, my beloved Katrina E. Harvey. You doing all right? I just want you to know that I'm proud of you for embracing this space and taking on the position of even of an author. And just continue to shine, continue to do what your heart desires, and be that example for the rest of us. Be that rainbow bright where you demonstrate love and kindness, and that anything is possible if you only believe. Take care now.
From the collection Witness by Senior Haynes. Abolition. The cover art. From a Black Perspective, The Blood. Voyage. The cover art. For From a Black Perspective, The People. And they hid it in a book. Including Windy City Rose by Big Country. From a Black Perspective, The Homeland, cover reveal, coming soon. Homecoming, produced by Tony Lavelle for B-Clan Productions.